on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
The best radio show.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show. And the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is
UK.
Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
All right, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. I want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Tuesday edition of the Morning Show. I remain yours sincerely. If you don't know, you know now.
This is the morning show with Archie.
And I'll take this opportunity to say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, for good work done there. Good morning to Mami Kwabia, Mrs. Margaret Kwabia there. Good morning to you, all our wonderful, cherished presenters on Starr Radio UK, HRH Linda Palian, the money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GI Accountancy Services, KB Bossman, Vicky Newton, Empress Regina, and then to the one and only Frank Davis. Good morning to you. Olami Koike, good morning to you all there. And let me say good morning also to no other one but Eben, all the way in Cape Town, South Africa. I hope you are doing very well. Antonio and all the family there. Good morning to you. Good morning to my listeners, or our listeners, all from Nigeria, from Quake Media platforms, Yoruba Nation platforms, and the United States of Biafra platforms, wherever you are listening to us from. I salute each and every one of you there as well. And let me also say a massive good morning to no other one but Atakofi, in a Sherman, and Nianana Joe, the chief of a Sherman. Good morning to you. I know you listen to us religiously there. Massive good morning to you, sir. To Tosino, all the way in Moscow, to Bishop Adeshina, good morning to you. Reverend Michael Esiama, Reverend Emmanuel Seth Chidi, massive good morning to you all there as well. And a special good morning also goes all the way to no other one but the one and only Professor Banji Akintoye and Chief Dr. Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. Massive good morning to you all there, and to our wonderful listeners. Delta Hammond, good morning to you. Says, I hope you are doing very well. To Mom, Mr. Brian Hammond, massive good morning to you there as well. And to every one of you who are tuning in. If you are first time of tuning in today to listen to us on a Tuesday edition of the morning show, this is how the program goes. I bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast will follow to, then the travel update. We move on from there and have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. We'll continue from then, and exactly at 12:45 the line will be that's 11:45 the line will be activated for you to add your voice to the discussions. We continue from then, and exactly more at pam param param pam 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 12 o'clock we bring the curtains down. But you know what? At times the program just goes on and it's so enjoyable, and we continue on that pace. So whatever it is, just stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Once again, welcome to the program. Welcome. All right, so let's kick it off. Now, the quote for today says what? It says, walk a mile in another's shoes, and you will be much more inclined to be understanding and supportive. Walk a mile in another one's shoes, and then you'll be much more inclined and supportive. And how true is that? Okay, so that's a good one there. I hope that this morning you're not jumping to conclusion and judging people just sitting on your high horse and then but you bring yourself to that level where you have that understanding what the people are feeling or why they are doing what they are doing, and then you can now come in to advise, right? Good. Let me say good morning to my princess Sterling Hammond. Well, it was her birthday yesterday, the 10th of November. And she had a big bash there. Yeah, Sterling. Yeah. Happy birthday to you, my princess. I will catch up later. Yeah. Good. And let me say good morning to Jeremy Hammond as well, and to Miss Mrs. Anne-Marie Hammond, and the big man himself, my younger brother, Herbert. Good morning to you all there, and to the family there as well. I salute each and every one of you. Once again, welcome to the show. Now let's continue. Let's have a look at the weather, how the weather is panning out for you and I. What has the weather got in stock? Well. So for London, for the weather in London and southeastern part of England today, now this afternoon will be cloudy with brisk southwesterly flow. Later it will continue overall cloudy, breezy, generally dry and mild for the time of year. Now spells of rain tonight will develop, some heavy in spots, with conditions staying cloudy and mild throughout. Fresh to strong southerly winds will persist as well. Top temperature is going to be 15 degrees and the lowest 13 degrees. As I said, a bit milder. Now UV level is going to be low. Pollution is going to be low as well. Sunset 16, 17, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 07, 11 hours. So that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. It's a bit milder, but hit next week, and then you see that we are enjoying the nice weather for that. So make hay while the sun shines. Well, there's no sunshine, there's rain, but while the warm weather prevails, right? Good, or mild. Let me put it that way. Okay. Now let's move on to what is happening on your travels this morning. And as I would say, keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads as we keep navigated. Our promise, our bond. The Starr Radio travel update that comes your way every weekday from 10:45 or 11. Yes. So what is happening there? All those of you using the underground this morning, the Bakerloo line is experiencing minor delays on the entire line. District line minor delays between Barking and Tower Hill, and Piccadilly line, Pat closure, Rainers Lane to Uxbridge. So check it out. That aside, all the others are running the good service. DLR, London Overground, and London Tramlink, good service there as well. Moving on straight to the major roads in London, I can tell you assuredly, On the major roads in London, there are no exceptional delays. So, well, that's a good one there. That is on the A roads. But the B roads and the other ones have a few issues here and there, some roadworks and stuff like that. So, check it out. Now, on the riverbar this morning, the Woolwich Ferry has reduced service. Reduced one boat service is currently in operation due to technical issues. That aside, the others are all running a good service. Landing cable car, good service there. And on the national rate, the final segment of the travel update, where I would say once again, keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads. After giving navigated, I promise our bond. Yes, this is what's happening. Gatwick Express, Great Western Railway, Heathrow Express, Northern Rail are all offering special services. Also, Southern Thames Link, also special service. That aside, all the others are running a good service, and I will say it once I normally will do. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take this commercial break. We come back. I take you global trotting. Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK. Let's go global trotting. Share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. So what is happening from across the globe? Well, kicking off from home here in the UK. Well, the Queen and King joint services to mark Armistice Day today. There was at 11 o'clock the 2 minutes of silence there that will have been commemorated. So we'll be telling you more about all that as well. Now, UK unemployment rate rises to 5% as job market weakens. Latest official data ahead of the budget later this month shows it is the highest rate since 2021. What is causing that? We'll bring you more about that. Nearly all NHS England trusts are failing to hit cancer targets. Well, we tell you how and why. And again, when you get the invite to go and do a check, please take it on and go and do it. Hundreds arrested in largest high street crime crackdown. For what is it? We'll be telling you more. And crypto queen who fled China for London mansion to be sentenced over 5 billion Bitcoin stash. A scientist to stop using animals for some experiments by end of 2025. So what are they going to be using? And how sure are we going to be that the medicine that they are using are manufacturing or trying to discover is good for human consumption? Now, outgoing Director General says he's proud of BBC journalists as Trump threatens to sue for $1 billion. Well. Do you think that I was listening to some analysis this morning, and they're talking about the fact that there's a window of opportunity where you can say somebody slandered you or for you to claim such this, but if it passes, that's a year plus, and then it's all gone. But we'll be talking about that during the course of the program. Now, moving on to other stories making the rounds there as well. U.S. Senate passes funding bill as historic shutdown nears likely end. It will need to be approved by the House and then signed into law by the president before the government can reopen. How is it all panning out? And Modi, in other stories, Modi says those behind Delhi blast that killed 8 will not be spared. And believe you me, when Modi says, Modi does. I'll be telling you more on that front there. And there's been a suicide bombing in Islamabad that has killed 12, says Pakistani's interior minister. What is happening in India and Pakistan? Now, Syria to join US-led coalition to defeat IS group after Trump meeting. Well, you want to know more, you got to stay tuned, because this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other stories, 6 dead after second typhoon in a week hits the Philippines. And those are some stories making the round this morning. Wherever you are, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other stories making the round this morning as well, as we go on, Gaddafi's youngest son released after 10 years in Lebanese detention. Those are some of the stories making the rounds there as well. And then in Latin America as well, dozens of inmates found hanged in Ecuador prison. Prison guards found 27 bodies hours after another 4 inmates were killed in clashes between rival gangs. Those are some of the stories making the rounds this morning. Starr Radio UK. Now, former French President Sarkozy has been released from prison after 3 weeks. Now, the former French president was jailed in October for conspiring to fund his election campaign with money from late Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. Okay, so this and a lot more going to come your way from there. Trial for suspect of deadly Marchbank market attack has also began. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Once a sure thing, Australia bids to host COP31 falters amid deadlock with Turkey. So who is going to host it now? There are some stories making the rounds. Moving on, going straight to Africa as well. Okay, straight on to Africa. Britain and South Africa hand back Ghanaian royal artifacts. The more than 130 gold and bronze items were taken from Ghana between 1870 and early 20th century. Where were they taken from? Is it at the Ashanti region, or Kumasi, or the Ashanti Kingdom, whichever is appropriate, or what? Well. You want to know more, you got to stay tuned. Migrants returnees to Guinea describe ordeals they face. And protesters in Nigeria disrupts opening of major West African art museum. And then Ghana, my apologies, Gabon, wife and son of former President Ali Bongo face corruption trial. This and a lot more going to be coming your way from here. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, in other stories as well, why the EFCC have declared ex-minister Timpere Silva wanted. Why has that happened? And Tinubu will sign landmark digital bill into law this month. There are some of the stories making the rounds in Nigeria as well. So I'm going now straight to Ghana as well. NACOC arrests South African at Kotoka International Airport for smuggling cannabis from Thailand. Ooh. And Ghana renegotiated lithium mining lease scheduled for parliamentary presentation today. So we got lithium. All right then. Where is it? And how are we going to be using that? We're going to be telling you the Awoya lithium project to be ratified by parliament before the end of this year. That's the story making the round. So the banter is going on. Abinot Asare breaks silence on a showdown with DVLA boss at Park Sitting. Let's see. And then in other stories, so making the round this morning, Ghana must shift from inflation base to productivity base pay. labor consultant, is saying, and paying workers across the board is uncivilized. Osin Game criticizes Ghana's salary system. And then Nodai NHIA Board's Defense MP dismisses claims of sabotaging Mahama as false. The SEC drafting new bill to establish investor compensation fund. James Kluje Avedzi is also saying there. In other stories, one more. Bank of Ghana attributes economic rebound to discipline reforms. Well, what kind of discipline are they doing or undertaking? This and a lot more going to be coming your way this morning. This is Starr Radio UK. We're going to take a break, and once we come back, we'll continue with the show. Starr, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Otta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me say good morning to Mrs. Daisy Togbo. We'll catch up with you in a jiffy. So wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial at all. All right then. So let's now crack on, or let's move on and have a look at some of the events making the rounds this morning, the details of which we are bringing your way. So kicking off from home here, the Queen and the Princess of Wales have joined services to mark Armistice Day in the UK as events take place around the world. Catherine is at a ceremony at the National Memorial Arboretum in Staffordshire as the end of the World War I was commemorated with a 2-minute silence at 11 o'clock, 11 hours GMT. Now, Queen Camilla is at a Paddington station in London for a Red Lane ceremony, having travelled by train. The Prince of Wales is due to deliver a video message to young people, sharing his views on the importance of wearing a red poppy to say that remembrance is for everyone. Now, French President Emmanuel Macron is attending a Red Lane ceremony in the Champs-Élysées in Paris to mark the signing of the armistice at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. Meanwhile, the Princess Royal is in Australia visiting Brisbane Gallipoli Barracks, where she laid a wreath as well, along with her husband Sir Timothy Lawrence. Prince Anne also Princess Anne also met with our current and former armed forces and their families. The Prince of Wales' message was a virtual event for children between 9 and 14 in the UK. In it, he says, "We remember, we connect with service in a personal way. We learn from courage of others and we carry their stories forward, so they are not forgotten." Now, it is not just about the past, it is about shaping who we become in the future. Remembrance teaches us empathy, resilience, and responsibility. And when we wear a red poppy or take a moment of silence, we are saying, thank you. We have not forgotten and we will not forget. That's quite an interesting one. That is what the king want to propagate. Okay, a sonnet for us all captures the stories etched into the hundreds of memorials within the National Memorial Arboretum. It invites people to listen, reflect, and consider the emotion that was the inspiration for those sculptures, Mr. Manuel Pilia said. Now, it's all very, very important, but it's all good because I didn't bring my blazer. My puppy is on my blazer, so I didn't bring it in. So that's why I missed out on that. But what's important is that now we are saying all those things, but our action speaks differently from what we are saying. Yeah, let me put it that way. Because we are others when we say, oh, it will not happen again, never will it happen again, and we are seeing a real occurrence of the same old thing. And what brought about all these things, the flames of war just being fanned and fanned and fanned and fanned and fanned, and this one say this one has said that, and this one say I'm the strongest person, and this one say this one need not to be here alive, and we need to rid ourselves of this, and all those things. So, have we actually learned? Have we actually learned anything? Or it just comes once in a year, we go commemorate it, and then we move on from there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Star Radio UK. What do you think about that? It's a good commemoration celebrating the lives, sacrifices, and that people had to go through at a time. I had some of my uncles who went to some of the wars, and let's say Yeah, they went to the Burma. They were old, like my grandfathers. Yeah, let me put it that way. And they'll tell you, some of them when we were little, they would say stuff and they would look and they would laugh, and we don't get it. But well, they say it was a tough one. But what do you think? All right then, Starr Radio. Okay, let's move on. The rate of UK unemployment has risen to 5% in the 3 months to September, showing signs the job market has weakened. According to a new official figures, it is the highest rate since the period covering December 2020 to February 2021, according to the Office for National Statistics. The increase in the unemployment rate was higher than expected, coming in above the 4.9% projected by many analysts ahead of the budget on the 26th of November. Average wage growth was 4.6% in the third quarter, down from 4.7% over the 3 months to August. Now, Liz McKeown, Director of Economic Statistics for the ONS, said, taken together, these figures point to a weakening labor market. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate is up in the latest quarter to a post-pandemic high. The number of job vacancies, however, remains broadly unchanged. The ONS has said its unemployment rate should be treated with caution, and it is taking additional steps to address concerns about the quality of their data. But the issue is, if employers or entrepreneurs or business owners are paying taxes, like for the national insurance, they are paying more on behalf of their employees. That is adding additional costs to our overheads. Catch my drift? And therefore, if earlier on I was able to cater for let's say 10 staff, now I think that with what is going on, I can only cater for 9, so I have to let one go. So that seems to be it. So if I don't know whether the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rachel Reeves, is looking at it that way, thinking that, well, it's because of the policy that I introduced last year, or early part of this year, that has brought about that. But who knows? Let's see. That was last year. Yeah, that was last year. Let's see what is going to happen on that front. Well, we're waiting for the 26th, and we'll hopefully have our money man coming in by that time to come and break it all down, how it's going to impact you. Starr Radio UK, 11:39 the time. The morning show, the program. Don't you worry, I'll make sure I bring you all the details of the stories that is making the rounds this morning. Let's move on to the NHS. Almost every hospital in England is failing to meet the key NHS waiting time target for cancer care. Just 3 trusts out of the 121 in England are treating cancer patients quickly enough within 62 days, with experts warning delays could be putting lives at risk. The government accepts waits were too long, but said it was investing in the NHS to improve performance. Now, research shows getting treatment quickly is crucial. Now, with every 4-week delay reducing patient survival by an average of 10%. Dr. Timothy Hanna, a leading global expert on cancer who led that research, said that the research, the finding was worrying. It's not a few outliers. It's of norm for trusts in England to not hit these waiting time targets, and they are set for a reason. Timely treatment can improve survival rates. Okay, so let's see what do you think. And interestingly, when it comes to some of our communities, minority communities I'm talking about, when people receive invite to come and do a mammograph, or what did I say? Mammograph, or men are being invited to come and do testicular test, or what do you call the other one? Prostate, and people don't go. People really don't want to go. So at times when it's discovered, it's too little, too late, and then. So can you just imagine just moving or passing away or being in that particular state when your family are going to be struggling and everything that is going on? But I don't know. What do you think about that? Let us hear from you. Have you attended your appointments? And if you have been one who, when you are given appointment, you don't attend and then I don't think that is a good thing. But let us know what you think about all that and what do you think government can do to improve upon that. Well, so if they say you should pay more tax, you know that, well, yeah, more tax and we'll get there. Well, but one of the things that is also causing lots of ill health is targeted rates that is taking place, such as mini marts, vape shops, barbers, and takeaways have seen more than 920 people arrested in the largest action of its kind coordinated by National Crime Agency. Now, more than 340 notices for illegal working and renting were issued by authorities, which could see businesses and landlords fine tens of thousands of pounds. Now, last week, information came in that Kurdish crime fixers were claimed to be able to make 60,000 illegal working fines disappear. Now, information coming through is a Kurdish criminal network using a ghost director to represent companies' official paperwork while remaining uninvolved in day-to-day operation. Now, undercover journalists posing as asylum seekers were told how easy it was to take over a shop and make thousands of pounds a week from illegal tobacco. Now, the Home Office said it will investigate the findings. The NCA led a month-long crackdown, which saw 2,734 high street premises visited and over 10.7 million pounds criminal proceeds seized, including millions of illegal tobacco and vapes, over £500,000 in cash, and 70 kgs of cannabis. The illicit tobacco alone equates to more than 3.5 million worth of duty evaded, the NCA estimates. Wow, that's a serious one there. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The picture in front of me looks like it is a pharmaceutical shop. Okay, because I can see other medications there. So are they licensed to sell that? And is it that they are being they are looking at it whether it is illegal, is one that have been approved to be used here, or ones that have been smuggled into the country or illegally produced that is doing that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's touch on one story and then venture into the US as well. Well, BBC. The BBC's outgoing Director General Tim Davies will address staff on Tuesday this morning after Donald Trump threatened to sue the corporation for $1 billion out of £760 million over a panorama program. It follows a leaked internal BBC memo which said the program had misled viewers by splicing together two parts of the U.S. President's 6 January 2021 speech, making it appear as if he had explicitly encouraged the Capitol Hill riot. Now, Trump threatened to take legal action if the BBC did not full and fair retraction of the program by Friday. The BBC has said it will reply in due course. Arriving at the BBC's London headquarters on Tuesday, Davey said he was very proud of the journalists in the building doing incredibly important work. Now, personally, I'm here to lead and support them, he told reporters gathered outside. Davy's staff call will take place mid-morning, and we'll see whether we can get any information from that as well. But you don't have Donald Trump saying that he's suing for defamation, but you can't sue for defamation a year after a broadcast was made, and it looks like a year has passed since that. So in the laws of the UK, that doesn't work, so it will not. So which law is it going to do to get that money? And has the BBC itself even gotten the money at all because people are not paying their TV licenses. People have decided to be watching, not watching live TVs and stuff like that. Well, but what do you think about that? And especially with these streaming platforms, various one, Netflix and all these other bits that are there, Disney Plus and all those. What do you do? What do you do? People are watching other programs more than even watching what is going on here. But hey, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And let's move on to straight on to the US as well. The U.S. Senate has passed a crucial funding bill that could bring the longest government shutdown in history to an end within days. The bill passed in a 60-40 vote late on Monday, with nearly all Republicans joining 8 Democrats who splintered from the party to approve it. The deal funds the government until the end of January. The House of Representatives will now have to pass the bill before President Donald Trump can sign it into effect. Now, Trump signaled he would be willing to do so earlier on Monday. The deal came to fruition over the weekend after some Democrats joined Republicans and negotiated an agreement to get federal employees back to work and essential services started. Well, so let's see. What have they sold to get that deal? What have they agreed upon to get that deal? That is a question on the lips of most people. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Well, Syria will join the international coalition to combat the Islamic State group, marking a shift in U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East, a senior Trump administration official has confirmed. The announcement came as President Donald Trump met Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara at the White House, the first such visit from a Syrian leader in the country's history. In an interview with Special Report on Fox News, al-Shara said the visit was part of a new era in which the country could or would cooperate with the U.S. Now, Trump has expressed his support for al-Shara, who until recently was designated a terrorist by the U.S. government. Syria will now be the 90th country to join the global coalition, which is aimed at eliminating remnants or remaining elements of the so-called Islamic States and stemming the flow of foreign militants to the Middle East. Now, following the meeting, a senior administration official also confirmed that the U.S. Treasury Department, along with the Department of State and Commerce, will announce new measures to lift economic restrictions on Syria and provide compliance clarity for investors there. As part of the measures, the administration is also issuing an 180-day suspension of the Caesar Act, which since 2019 has sanctioned the former Syrian government. Speaking to the reporters in the Oval Office several hours after the meeting, Trump said, "We want to see Syria become a country that is very successful, and I think the leader can do it." He added, "I really do." But when it comes to his judgment of character or various leaders, what did he say Putin was going to do? He said, Putin, I know Putin wants to make a deal. He wants to make a deal with me so much so. But then we ended up saying Putin not doing so. Back in the day as well, he had North Korea, Kim. Also, that boy, yeah, and they were getting he's my very, very good friend. And then the next moment, boom, boom, boom. Then he said, I've cancelled my meeting and then left. So you see all those things and thinking, ooh. When it comes to his assessment of character, is he getting it right or right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, 11:51 the time, the morning show, the program. Let me announce the lines open as we continue with the show. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. You want to call in for free? Call us via Teams, and let's look for Starr Radio UK via Teams, and for sure, I will hear you out on there. All right then, so the line is open.
Call the studio now. Call the studio now.
All right then. Now, one other story from the US, and then we'll move on from there. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump has pardoned his former personal lawyer Rudy Giuliani and dozens of other allies who stood accused of trying to overturn the results of the 2020 elections. He also pardoned his former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows in a proclamation that vowed to end a grave national injustice. Now, others who benefited from the clemency were a number of so-called false electors who were accused of trying to hijack the process to certify Joe Biden, a Democrat, as the winner of the election 5 years ago. Now, Trump's move is largely symbolic. However, since pardons only apply to federal crimes and all the recipients were charged by state-level prosecutors only, Ed Martin, the Justice Department attorney, posted the full, complete, and unconditional pardon on X. The pardon said the text of the proclamation will continue the process of national reconciliation. Really. Now, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said in a statement, getting prosecuted for challenging results is something that happens in communist Venezuela, not the United States of America. And President Trump is putting an end to the Biden regime's communist tactics once and for all. Now, this round of clemency does not apply to Trump himself, who denies any wrongdoing, though the president had long maintained he has the power to pardon himself. But any such proclamation by him will face legal challenges. But what do you think? He's saying that, well, the publication or the Panorama program dented his image. But the question is, how can he measure it? Because after all, he won the election as well. Well, if he had lost the election, somebody would say, then we can say that, because of that act, that might have impacted him. But, well, who knows? Well, Starr Radio UK. The Brazilian leader, Lula da Silva, has said that the world must defeat climate denialism and fight fake news. In a rallying cry to COP30, President Lula again made thinly veiled references to President Donald Trump, who branded climate change a con job in September. The 2 weeks of talks kicked off on Monday in the lush Brazilian city of Belém on the edge of the Amazon rainforest. They take place against a fraught political backdrop, and the U.S. has sent no senior officials. On Monday, thousands of delegates poured into the COP venue in heavily air-conditioned former aerodrome, some coming from accommodation in shipping containers and cruise ships moored on the riverside. The members of the Guajajara indigenous group in traditional dress performed the welcome song and dance for assembled diplomats. Addressing the conference, President Lula said, COP30 will be the COP of truth in an era of fake news and misrepresentation and rejection of scientific evidence. Without naming President Donald Trump, President Lula continued, they control the algorithm, sow hatred and spread fear. It is time to inflict a new defeat on the deniers, he said. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So environmental degradation, do you think it's having an impact on our weather phenomenon and everything that is going on? Or do you think that it's one of the hoax, or as Trump would say, fake news or con job? What do you think? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I bet those who also did a research to come out with that to have to sue him, because he's calling them corn and fake. But he would say that he just said that he didn't, dock any of their statements to claim that it's fake. But well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Still on. My apologies there. In Ecuador as well, at least 31 inmates have been found dead in a prison in southern Ecuador, including 27 who had been hanged officials have said. 5 prisoners were killed and more than 30 injured in clashes between rival gang member El Oro prison in the city of Machala in the early hours of Sunday. Hours later, security guards who had been alerted to a fresh outbreak of gang violence found the others who had been hanged on the building's 3rd floor, Ecuador's prison service has said. The country's overcrowded prison have been the scene of series of deadly riots and gang fights in which hundreds of inmates have been killed in recent years. Ecuador's prison service, known by its initial as SNI, said that the clashes had been triggered by plans to move some of the inmates to a newly built prison. Why? They don't want to go to a newly built prison, or some people want to go. Those who may have to stay behind are the ones who are killing, so that they will be the ones who are fortunate to go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, one story coming from the UK, from Europe, European front. The former French president Nicolas Sarkozy has been released from jail 3 weeks into a 5-year prison term for taking part in a criminal conspiracy. Now he'll be subject to strict judicial supervision and barred from leaving France ahead of an appeal trial due to be held next year. On the 21st October, the former center-right president, 70, was sentenced to 5 years for conspiring to fund his 2007 election campaign with money from late Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. His legal team immediately filed a request seeking his release. Writing on social media after the release, Sarkozy said his energy is focused solely on the single goal of proving my innocence. The truth will prevail. The end of the story is yet to be written. Sarkozy's car was seen leaving La Santé prison in Paris just before 15 hours GMT, less than an hour and a half after court agreed to his early release, soon after he was seen arriving at his home in Western Paris. Now, Christophe Ingrain, one of Sarkozy's lawyers, hailed his client's release as a step forward and said they will now be preparing for the appeal trial expected in March. One condition of Sarkozy's release is he does not contact any other witnesses in the so-called Libyan dossier or any Justice Ministry employees. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. A minute to the top of the hour. Now, interestingly, a Ukrainian former military officer is on the 10th day of hunger strike in an Italian prison where he has accused the authorities of mistreating him to make him confess to blowing up Russian Nord Stream gas pipeline under the Baltic Sea in 2022. Sergei Kuznetsov was detained in Italy in August on an arrest warrant from Germany. In a letter shown, Mr. Kuznetsov said he is being treated as a criminal. Number one, held in a high security facility alongside suspected members of so-called Islamic State. And he said no one has admitted carrying out the attack on the pipeline carrying Russian gas to Germany. So they think that he did that to sabotage Russia. However, by doing so, is sabotaging the economy of Germany. But who did it? Who did it? Nobody is taking a responsibility for that. Well, let's see what happens on that front. This is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Before we go to Africa, a man has gone on trial in Germany accused of carrying out an attack on Christmas market in the eastern town of Magdeburg last December, you remember, in which 6 people were killed and more than 300 others injured. The suspect is a doctor from Saudi Arabia who has been named as Taleb A in line with German's privacy laws. Now, by his picture is there, so definitely somebody will know who he is. He's accused of driving a rented BMW car to a speed of up to 48 kilometers per hour through the market in the center of Magdeburg on the 20th of December 2024. If found guilty, he faces life imprisonment for murder. Germany's Christmas market and festival have come under attack before, mainly from extreme Islamists. Now, last year's attack happened at 19 hours to 1902 hours when the market was very crowded with Christmas revelers. Now, last just a minute and 4 seconds. Now, Taleb A appeared in the Magdeburg Regional Court, charged with murdering 6 people, a 9-year-old boy and 5 women between the ages of 45 and 75. He is also charged with attempted murder in relation to another 338 people. He faces charges of causing grievous bodily harm to 309 people and causing dangerous interference to road traffic. The prosecution told the court that Taleb A had driven through the market at a speed, hitting people and running them over. They said his aim seemed to have been to kill an indeterminate number of people, and that he had planned and prepared the crime in detail over several weeks without the help of accomplices. So he ran solo. But the doctor, what was happening? Why did he do so? Well, a refugee from Saudi Arabia, Taleb A was described as a critical of Islam, and he also voiced support on social media for far-right alternative for Germany, the AfD party, hailing the party for fighting the same enemy as him to protect Germany. Okay. All right then. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, moving on to Africa. What prevailing news this morning? Ghana's Asante King has welcomed the return of 130 gold and bronze artifacts from the UK and South Africa, some of which were looted during the colonial times and others bought on the open market. The items included royal regalia, drums, and ceremonial gold weights dating back to the 1870s and reveal the cultural role and role gold played in the Ashanti society. Now, 25 of the pieces were donated by the British art historian Hermione Westfield and the rest of the South African mining company Anglo Gold Ashanti. Handing over the pieces of ceremony at a ceremony at the Mansia Palace, the city of Kumasi officials from Anglo Gold Ashanti, and the gesture was made as an act of cultural respect and reconciliation. Now, there have been tensions in the central Ashanti region between Anglo Gold Ashanti and residents who have accused the company of exploiting mineral resources without doing such or much to develop the area or create jobs. Ashanti King Otumfuo Saitutu II thanked Anglo Gold Ashanti for voluntarily returning the artifacts legitimately acquired on open market. It reflected goodwill and respect for the source and legacy of the Ashanti Kingdom, the monarch has said. The reception took place on Sunday, according to a statement released after the event from the palace. Miss Waterfield was a pioneering figure and curator at Christie's Auction House in London and took a special interest in African art, establishing a department that focused on the tribal art. In the 1970s, she had long been a supporter of West African art restitution. According to Mansia Palace Museum Director Ivo Ajimandria, Miss Waterfield's gift included a wooden drum looted during the 1900 siege of the Kumasi by British colonial forces. British soldiers were involved in a series of conflicts in the late 19th century in what was called the Anglo-Ashanti Wars. The palace of the king, or Asante Hene, was plundered twice. The call by African countries for the return of looted items has been met with some success in recent years, though some items are only on loan. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on to other parts of Africa at 6 minutes past the top of the hour. Yes, I promise you, we're going to be bringing you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. It's making the headlines. Be rest assured of one thing: it will come to the fore. Sylvia Bongo Ondimba and Nuruddin Bongo. Okay, my apologies. It looks like okay, it's back on. There was a fluctuation in the okay, it's back on. So wherever you are, you can still see me on there. All right. For those of you on Facebook, my sincere apologies there, but it's back on. Well, yes, President Ali Bongo, that's the son of former Gabonese President Ali Bongo, are being tried in absentia on corruption charges. Now, the trial opened on Monday before a special criminal court and will continue throughout the week. Sylvia Bongo Ondimba and Nuruddin Bongo Valentin are among 113 people accused of having misused the resources of the Gabonese presidency for their own gain. Overall, the defendant faced 12 charges, including embezzlement of public funds, money laundering, active corruption, and forging official documents. The former First Lady and her son were arrested in August 2023 after the coup that deposed President Ali Bongo and put an end to the 55-year-old of the Bongo family. Sylvia Nuruddin Bongo spent about 20 months in detention until their release in May 2025. They claim they have suffered torture during their imprisonment in Libreville. The treatment of our family has been criminal and cruel, and will fight to the end to ensure that the truth is known and justice is done, they said in the statement in July. Now, everybody is fighting for the truth to be known and justice to be done. But what do you think about all that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 9 minutes past the top of the hour. We should have ended the program, but we are on. Well, story coming through now. Kenya has said on Monday that the United States Vice President J.D. Vance's planned visit to the country later this month has been called off. This follows President Donald Trump's announcement that Vance's expected attendance at the G20 summit in South Africa had been cancelled. The Vice President was due to travel. The Vice President, was due to travel. Just bear with us. I don't know, because it timed me out there. I'm not sure exactly what has gone on there, but we'll tell you more about all that as we continue. This is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 10 minutes past the top of the hour. Now, Pretoria and Trump on Friday. My apologies. The Vice President was due to travel to Kenya after taking part in the Intergovernmental Forum in Johannesburg from 22nd to 23rd. Now, Trump on Friday said that no U.S. government official will be attending the G20, alleging human rights abuses by South Africa against its white Afrikaner community or minority there. But is that true? Is that true at all? It's quite an interesting one, right? But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay. All right, just bear with me as we continue. unless of course they've done their bit once again. But whatever it is, don't you worry. So, well, the vice president is not going due to the fact that Trump is saying, well, there been extermination of the white minority in South Africa, so it's not going. There will be no high official representation from the U.S. for the G20 summit that will be taking place in we are on in South Africa. All right then. So it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other stories still making the rounds, Somaliland has declared that visas and travel authorization issued by neighboring Somalia are not valid to enter its territory. Now, in an official directive released on Sunday, Somaliland's Immigration and Border Control Agency said individuals holding these documents will be denied entry. It said foreign nationals who seek to obtain a visa on arrival at one of Somaliland's 2 international airports or in an embassy, mission, or consulate. Somaliland has established diplomatic representation in a handful of countries, including Kenya, Ethiopia, and the United States. And the directive came a day after President Abdirahman Mohamed Abdullahi, known as Iro, declared Somalia new e-visa system as legally null. After a visit to the Ministry of Civil Aviation, the president also reaffirmed the sovereignty of the self-declared republic over its land, sea, and air space. The airspace of the Republic of Somaliland is a matter of national dignity, sovereign obligation, and strategic priority. Our nation will neither compromise nor delegate the guardianship of its skies, President Iro said in a statement on Saturday. But the issue, once again, is: has the UN acknowledged Somaliland as a country on its own, or what exactly is happening there? So I can just wake up and say, well, this is United States of where? Of Croydon, okay? Or special, or this is Central Croydon Republic. So that is different from, and then you can call yourself whatever, but as whether you are getting the acknowledgement for that, but the bodies that control or recognize the states for it to be acknowledged, that is another situation. But well, let's see what is happening. It's all going on, yes, smoothly. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Going straight to Nigeria as well at 12:14. While in Nigeria, a former minister has been declared wanted. This is not persona non grata. This one is proper grata. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) yesterday declared former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Chief Timpre Silva wanted over alleged involvement in dishonest conversion of $14.8 million to a refinery project in Bayelsa State. According to reports, the funds were part of the money injected by the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board into Atlantic International Refinery and Petrochemical Limited for the construction of a modular refinery in the state. Now, information coming through that was gathered by reporters said the anti-graft agency is investigating how the funds were handled during Silva's tenure as minister. The EFCC said it obtained a warrant EFCC said it obtained a warrant for Silva's arrest from a federal high court sitting in Lagos on November 6. Justice D.I. Depiolu directed that a warrant is issued to the applicant or any officer of the commission, the police or any law enforcement officer for the arrest of the respondents for the purpose of bringing him before the commission to answer the criminal offense he is alleged to have committed. The investigation is also connected to alleged financial irregularities involving the former executive secretary of the NCDMB, Engineer Zimbi Kishiyi Wabote. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's finally go to Ghana, and then we can bring the whole program to a close. The Lands and Natural Resources Ministry is scheduled to present the mining release agreement between the government and Barari DV Ghana Limited Atlantic Lithium's local subsidiary today, 11th of November. This is according to Parliament's business statement for the week ending November 14, 2025. And says the agreement covers the extraction of lithium and other minerals at Mankesim in the central region. Now, after more than 2 years of delays, this marks the clearest sign yet that Ghana's first lithium project may be moving forward. If the representation goes ahead as scheduled, it will signal that renegotiated agreement is ready for legislative scrutiny and a step closer to ratification. The document will then be referred to the relevant committee for detailed consideration before any resolution for ratification is presented to the House. Now, the revised terms of the release has not yet been disclosed, but once Parliament procedure begins, the document should be made public for citizens to review and provide feedback. However, items listed on the presentation papers can sometimes be deferred, so all eyes will be on Tuesday's sitting to see whether the long-awaited lease finally makes its way to the floor. Whether it does will test the government's resolve to bring clarity and transparency, one of Ghana's most anticipated mining deals. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this has been your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and it's been me, Archie, and this is why I bring the program to a close for today. And as I take my bow, I say, I see you all tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of the morning show. But until then, good morning, God bless you, and see you all later.
Call the studio now.
Body is your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harrison, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. But here, this is Starr Radio. We don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for home. For here, we they call them London. And that's how you know. Just have fun and stay blessed.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.